Please put your devices on airplane mode.
We're here with Rich Reallionaire Management CEO, Real himself.
What up, though?
Thank you for being a part of this. Where you from?
Thank you for having me. I'm from Seattle, Washington, my guy.
How was your childhood growing up in Seattle, Washington?
Man, adventurous, if I was to sum it up in one word, man. But I mean, it was great. I mean, you know, Seattle's a very diverse cultural place. You know, I had a ball, man.
So, how did your childhood shape you as an adult?
Interesting. I mean, it shaped, man, my childhood had a lot to shape me for. I mean, you know, I come from very humble beginnings. So, I mean, I think, you know, it gave me character. You know, coming from humble beginnings forces you to have imagination, be creative, think outside the box. So, you know, my childhood really shaped me to understand the power of manifesting what's in your mind. Manifesting what's in your mind, you know, to manifesting what's in your mind to actual reality.
What growing up, what type of aspirations did you have? Like, you know, what you want to be,
when
like,
I grew
what
up,
you want to have, like,
you
know, what inspires the rich Reallionaire mentality from the young age?
Oh my God, and this questions is loaded. I'm telling you, early on, man, the first thing that really inspired me when I was young, I really wanted to be a lawyer, to be honest with you. I had a vision of being a lawyer, going to Morehouse, graduating from Morehouse, and being different than what my environment was. You know, I grew up in the Central District area, you know, and you know, late 80s, well, 90s. I was born in the 80s, but you know, so my whole childhood I grew up there. So, you know, I wanted to be different than what my environment was. So, you know, that was my aspirations. Actually, especially after I seen the movie Malcolm X. Honestly, that's what really made me want to be a lawyer and go to Morehouse, because Malcolm X went to Morehouse. So that was really
Morehouse. Like that's a historical black university, college or university. Like how were you introduced to that? Because a lot of time being in the Northwest, a lot of people, they're not all the way, they might hear about it or know about it, but they're not all the way like experienced.
Well, most definitely, like my mom, you know, my mom's real traveled, real, you know, sense of black pride. You know, my house was really cultured. You know, it's really about the self-esteem of being black, being proud of knowing who you are, knowing, you know, so I was really turned on to, like, you know, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Stokely Carmichael at an early age. You know, that was just a staple kind of like in my house. So like I say, once we went to see the Malcolm X movie, you know, with Denzel Washington, I got the autobiography of Malcolm X by Alex Haley. And then, you know, when I found out, you know, Morehouse, you know, he wanted to go to Morehouse, and then Martin Luther King went to Morehouse. So it was just like
oh yeah, I'm trying to follow them.
Most definitely, you feel me?
So, if going near me,
it's just like a staple of black excellence, man. You feel me?
Yeah. So what type of household did you grow up in? Like, how many siblings did you have?
Yeah, I'm the youngest of 3 boys. So, you know, my mom had all boys.
All boys.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
The same way.
Yeah, it's all boys, man. It was rough and rugged in my household, man. You know, my oldest brother.
Youngest too.
Yeah, youngest. My oldest brother's 15 years older than me, followed by my middle brother's 9 years. So, you know, my mom was, you know, up there in age when she had me, man. It was.
What type of influence did they have on you? Like, you know what I'm saying, to be the youngest, that's 3 different people that to gain experiences from, to learn from, or to follow. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, most definitely.
I know that's why I grew up in a foster home with a lot of different boys and older brother, and like I did what all of them did, and it added to who I am. So
no, for sure. And like you say, man, you know, you get bits and pieces off. You know, when you're the baby, you see, you know, it all depends on what you like from one brother. You know, one brother might be cool in this aspect, you feel me, versus, but like my older brother really, like, man, I was like his pride and joy. You know, I was like his kid, basically. You know, he was 15 when I was born. So you gotta think he was in the full swing of things, man, by the time I came along. So it was cool to have a baby brother. You know, so like, you know, my brothers, man, it really shaped me. Like, I get my style, you know, from my older brother. You know, my oldest, rest in peace, my oldest brother's, you know, he's deceased since 2000. Christopher Patterson, they call him K in the streets. Okay. But yeah, most definitely, I owe a lot to who I am, to my brother. You feel me? For the way my style, always making sure that you're fresh, being, you know, handling your business. I mean, he really built me up to be everything that you see now. Most definitely.
Any other influences from the other brothers?
I mean, yeah, my middle brother, yeah, you know, that's an interesting relationship me and my middle brother got, though. But man, what I did learn, he's a very stick to it type of guy. Whatever he's into, he's fully subscribed. So I think I really got that from him. You know, whatever I'm into, man, I'm gonna be all the way into it. And so, you know, that's what I got from my brother. And then, you know, just being proud to be you know, like a man's man. You feel me? That was big in my household. You know, my mom, you know, although, you know, we grew up with our mom, you know, my mom got out the way when it came to, you know, letting the boys be boys. You know, she gave us the manners of understanding, you know, a great measure of what a woman's, you know, what to look for in a woman, you know, and all that type of stuff. But when it came to actually the art of being boys, you know what I'm saying, she got out the way and let my brothers take care of that. But, you know, my mom also instilled in us, you know, how to be gentlemen. You know, a man walks on the outside of the street, you feel me? You know, that type of things. A man opens the door for a lady, you know, those type of things, you know. Mom made sure we was really rich in manners. Most definitely.
Okay, you going to see your mom. Tell me, like, what type of, like, where your mom from? Is she from Seattle? Like,
well, yeah, my mom's side of the family is originally from South Carolina. Yeah, so they migrated up here. You know, I can't really lock you down on times. Yeah, so you know, my mom comes from a strong religious family. You feel me? There's a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses on my mom's side. And so my mom grew up a real strong-willed lady. You know, she's a real creative lady. So another word, my creative, she sews clothes. So another word, my fashion comes in. So yeah, my mom was she's a real strong-willed.
When they make it to Seattle?
I mean,
when she make it to Seattle, like,
I'm
was
trying
that
to
after
think.
Like one of your siblings was born, or like?
Nah, yeah, I mean, we were all born up here. So you feel me? You know what I'm saying? So I think my mom got up here and probably like in the. Now, she went to school up here, so you feel me? She graduated from Garfield, I believe.
Okay. She came young.
Yeah, she came young.
Okay. What about your pops? Like,
my pops, he's my pops. That's my guy, man. My pops is a staple in Seattle, man. You feel me? Glenn Wright. You know, my dad's a Seattle legend, man. You feel me? So, but that's something I didn't really. That's something I really didn't know. You know, that's something I really.
What type of legend? Like,
Seattle street legend for sure. But I mean, just all around Seattle street legend, most definitely. I mean, a guy that comes from up around here, grew up around here. You know, made his name around here, and then transcended out of the streets. And now, you know, he's a master tailor. He owns a shop down in Las Vegas, tailors for the stars and all that. So, you know, I got some good genes in me, man. My dad comes from originally from Minnesota. You know, I think his family comes from Minnesota. And so coming up here, you know, I don't know what time. You know, I really can't lock down the times they really came up here. But my dad's a born and bred around here, man.
Dope.
Yeah.
What neighborhood in particular did you guys settle in? You find yourself growing up in the Seattle area?
The Central District, man. We moved to 21st and Union, 1989, man. 89. Yeah, most definitely. I was 6 years old. I'm gonna tell my age, but it's good.
Yeah, I was 3 then.
Yeah,
I'll give up my age.
No, I don't mind, man.
Bro.
Man, I love it, man. You feel me? It's an accomplishment to grow old, man.
For sure.
Yeah, you feel me?
1989.
Yeah, man. What, man? Yeah, that's the height of the height of the crack epidemic, man. You know, the height when it was still, you know, damn near 85% black homeowners. You know what I'm saying? You came outside. It was really, you know, I would say Seattle's not segregated, but I mean, it was really culture. You know, I grew up in the city where it was everybody looked like me playing outside. You feel me? I don't really, you know, it was really culture. You know,
that's a good segue into this next question because, you know, you talking about the crack epidemic in LA. The crack epidemic like kind of spawned, you know what I'm saying, the gangs and gangs becoming violent. Like what was like the gang influence in the Central District? Like was it at a height? Was it?
I mean, you gotta think when Seattle, you know, when the drugs came, so did the gangs. The drugs came by way of the gangs. So that mentality did come up here, you know. And, you know, I seen it from being being a kid, just seeing the environment change. Like I say, I just remember, man, you know, it was pretty rough around the way. You feel me? It's pretty rough around the way, you know.
What type of stuff, like,
and so, I mean,
see personally?
I seen a whole lot of things, man. But, you know, it's like, for instance, outside causes of the gangs, man. But really, it's not really, I would say a gang is just the guys that grew up in the community, man, that take pride in their community. You feel me? And so that's really what it was. You know, it spawns off to these, it's easy to, outside entities label it gang violence and all that. But really, man, it's when I'm hanging around with my friends that I grew up with since the sandbox, and then we're just putting out our energy. Yeah, it might be, our energy might not be in a positive direction to the outside looking in, but really it starts off really innocent, man. It morphs into all that other stuff, man, that can be labeled gang violence.
But I feel what you're saying, and I most definitely feel like I'm happy you said that, because if you didn't say it, I was about to say that. So it's dope that we was like-minded in that sense, where like the word gang is just a negative description or word put on what it actually is.
Yeah.
More than just neighborhoods, friends that grow up, just like in any other community, friends grow up and might start a business together, or you know what I'm saying. But the business, a lot of times in our neighborhoods, is you know what I'm saying, drugs and stuff like that.
You know, I mean, it's just a bigger thing. It's, you know, it's the disenfranchised people, man. So you got to think, what happens to the kid who's not athletically gifted in the summertime? Where, you know, where does he put his energy into? You know, he doesn't know how to play football that well, or he's not that gifted in baseball or basketball. So he just wants to hang out with his friends, similar to what his white counterpart would want to do with the Boy Scouts. You feel me? It's just, you know, in our things, you know, we kind of, I hate to use the word victims, but we're kind of victim of our circumstances, as far as if my mom doesn't have transportation to get me to the other side of town to partake in say I want to go in an acting class, and she didn't have the financial means and the transportation to get me there, where, you know, where do I go? You feel me? I'm gonna hang outside. I'm gonna hang outside with it. I'm gonna hang out outside with another guy that might not.
Hood Boys Club.
You feel me? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just like I say, it's a neighborhood. So like we say, we didn't come outside and say, hey, you know what? We're gonna be hood guys. It's just hang out. Hey, this is my friend. He lived down the street. Oh, my other friend, he lives 2 blocks around the way. You know, we ride bikes around here. We skip rocks, break windows, run, chase girls, 2-hand. I mean, you know, the things, and then like I say, it just morphs into, you know, it just morphs into a different behavior.
Especially when you're trying to get some money, and the only people you see
getting
that type of money is people that's doing certain things due to their circumstances.
Instant gratification. You know, you say you're a kid, you don't understand it. You know, you don't understand the importance of taking the stairs, or, you know, playing the long game. You just see, you know, the lights might not be on today. You know, you want to rectify that by tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
sure.
If I'm 13 years old, what am I gonna do? Cut grass? I mean, I could. I mean, ideally that sounds good, but I mean, let's. But
it might take longer than doing it another way.
You hear what I'm saying?
Get that grass.
And let's. I mean, and you feel me? And not to say, you know, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to glorify it. I'm just telling you what it is. You know, I'm just being totally candid.
Transparent.
Most definitely.
For sure. So. Okay, and you know, we know a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, once you do get to that little bag, you start looking around and looking up and down and being like, you know, I look like I got a little bag. Tell me where your style is influenced from, like where you get your style from. Man, where's your drip from?
Man, I mean, you know, like I say, the genesis is most definitely my rest in peace older brother, man. You feel me? He was an old school B-boy, you know, that's, you know, break dancing crews, all that before the drugs hit Seattle. You know, so he was all about, you know, staying high fashion, you know. And so then, you know, it really was in the house. And then, like I say, my parents are both, my dad's a master tailor, my mom's a seamstress. So my mom, if you see my mom, you know, my mom's 74 right now. She's going to have the heels on. I'm sure, you know. Man, listen, all the way put together. Then my dad's a master tailor. You feel me? You don't wear nothing but suits. I don't think I can count on my hands how many times my dad wore jeans in my life. I'm 38, you feel me? So, you feel me? So, that's where the genesis of it come. And then, you know, just being from Seattle, man, you know, Seattle, one thing about it, man, we get fly up here, you know, it's up top. So, you know, we really fashion savvy up here, you know, and it's all about, you know, originality. I come from that town where, you know, if I see you come out, I'm like, well, okay, I see space, you feel me? Hold up, I gotta come right, let me come right. You feel me? It's just a friendly competition. You feel me? Just see, man, we going.
Not no hating.
No, hey, no, congratulate. It's friendly competition, man. You know, everything doesn't have to be, you know, if it's me versus you, it doesn't have to be demonstrative. It's just like, hey, you know, okay, you killing her. It's inspiration, yeah, but I'm gonna be on your ass tomorrow.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Let's see what I come with tomorrow.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so outside of your brother, who were some of your mentors growing up?
Oh man, you know, a lot of guys been from the neighborhood. You know, to be honest with you, not to really know no names, man. You know, but I mean, honestly, man, I got to be totally candid. You know, I'm a guy subscribed to the streets at a very young age, man. So the guys I looked up to, if there wasn't those iconic figures like I talked about earlier, such as Malcolm X, you feel me? I mean, Tupac in my generation, those type of guys, the guys I could readily see, man, was guys that were successful in the neighborhood. You feel me? Because although, like I said, they would do what people would deem as illegal and all that, man, I seen them, man, making something out of nothing. I marveled at that, man. There's the entrepreneurship of what I seen in my neighborhood, the guys being successful out of a way that's deemed unsuccessful, if that makes sense. Most definitely, I respect it. The essence of a hustler. So, you know what I'm saying? Those were the guys I looked up to, man, the guys who made it happen. I mean, then, you know, you had your local heroes, man, like the Dino, old man Dino that had the Dinos. He owned a lot of property in the CD. You know, you had old Paul McQueen, another real estate guy that was, you know, a guy that come from the game transition, business guy. You know, you had Chester Dorsey. You feel me? You had all these black guys, you know, these black old school town guys that came, you know, from humble beginnings, come from the game. You see them you translate that, man, into legitimate business. So I mean, those are the type of guys I marveled at, man, because they was right there. You know, the old man Dino. You know, you go to Madison, he had Dino's Market, Dino's. You feel me? He owned Oscars. You know, he owned the apartment buildings, and this is a guy readily available that was in the neighborhood that you can walk, talk to, man. You know, and those were guys that I really, you know, I really inspired to become, man. It really took templates, as well as, you know, the guys from the underworld, man, that was really successful and was business orientated, man. So those are the guys where I took cues from.
Yo, that's what's up. So, have you ever done any stints in jail, prison?
Most definitely, I've done my fair share, man. You know, how did
that affect you?
I mean, it built me. I mean, it built me most definitely. I mean, it did more good than bad. I know it kind of sounds crazy, but it's just the way I took it, man. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, I knew what I signed up for. And so, you know, I wasn't naive to the fact that what was the consequences in the game I was playing. And so, you know, the first time I left from 19 to 25. You feel me? And then, you know, I came back home.
The prime clubbing years.
And yeah, most of it. But see, you know, while people was clubbing, man, I was building my brain.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, when I was down, you feel me? I was down for 2 years. My brother passed in a car accident in 2004. So I was forced to maturate at an accelerated rate for like mentally. I knew that, you know, there was a guy, you know, before him, I had a go-to guy. Any question I had in this world, I knew he would give it to me, you know, pure straight lace. You know, he's gonna give me, you know, it's gonna be from a genuine place. You know, when he passed, you know, I took it on, you know, I had to become that for myself. And I knew I had to be honest with myself. I had to go dig deep. You know, I had to build myself up. I had to, you know, unlearn some things and you know, relearn some things. And I just had to add things to my toolbox.
How would you say that you added things to your toolbox? Like what were some of the things that you did to progress towards a more constructive, productive lifestyle rather than, I mean, coming from, you know what I'm saying, something that somebody would deem the bottom, like prison or something like that. Like, what are some of the things, like, you read? You know,
yeah, most definitely. I read, man, yes, I read a plethora of books, man. So, you know, I started, you know, like with, you know, novels, but then I graduated quick out of fiction, fast, you know, and then, you know, I got a dictionary and a thesaurus, man. I just started going through the dictionary. I picked 5 words out of each alphabet, 5 from the A, 5 from the B. Gave myself a spelling test, you know what I'm saying, spelled them out, wrote them in sentences. Then I started using them in the day room, using them in my daily conversation. That's how I started building my vocabulary. I started reading books to where I needed a dictionary to read. I wanted to always read a book where I didn't know that many words. So I could, you know, once I come across a word, crack the dictionary open, write it down. Now I could know exactly what I was reading. I was building my comprehension. So I just really went to a deep thing, and man, I really just challenged myself to become more than what I came in as, because I didn't really realize how narrow-minded and how shut off my mind was at 19 years old to just life until I got to prison, you feel me? I got to prison, I was around older people that was a little more cultured, a little more seasoned about just life. And I had confined my whole mind frame to the, you know, this one area of Seattle. You know, I had to shut it off. So then was the first things and me just digging in once my brother passed and just saying, hey, I'm gonna be the man that had to answer my questions. And if I don't know the answer, I'm gonna go seek them. Yeah.
How many companies do you run currently?
Man, it's an interesting question. So I have two altogether. You know, of course, with people, what my brand we've been pushing. You know, in the forefront of Rich Reallionaire Management Group. You know, that's me, along with my other business partners. You know, Sam Sosa. You know, D Black. I also got a olive oil meat distribution company that I run with my cousin, man. You know, we're partners right there. We run that, provide wholesale meat, you know, for wholesale prices to, you know, restaurants, you know, food trucks, you know, just being a meat vendor. So them is the 2 businesses that I run. Then you know, I'm in close conjunction with members only, you know, sworn to secrecy, and Bag, you know, Bag Records. You know, we're all one big conglomerate, so to speak.
If you can give a summary of what does Rich Reallionaire mean to you?
Oh man, most definitely. Let me take it. Mind if I take it? Let me take it.
Go ahead.
Sip of water.
Wetting your palate. Go ahead and do the same.
Interesting question. I was looking forward to this question. But I mean, Rich Reallionaire, man, you know, just what it means to me is first, you know, the word rich is being abundant, you know, just being plentiful. you know, being plentiful and millionaires being yourself. You know, in a day and time where, you know, everybody tries so hard to look a certain part, you know, and look and put up these facades and things, people get lost and really not realizing how much they don't know themselves. And just being a millionaire is just being comfortable being who you are, man. Everybody's not meant to be the baller. Everybody's not meant to be the hard guy. Everybody's not meant to be the perceived cool guy, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? And being a millionaire is just being 100%, 1,000,000,000% of who you are, man, and being rich in that. That's where the rich come from, just being abundant and being yourself each and every day. You know, I'm always gonna be Jarrell, man. You know, Jarrell, G-Real, really, whatever you know me as, I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be Jarrell in everything that I do, man. You feel me? And I'm gonna take pride in that, because I can be that. I can be that all the time. I can hit that in the nail on the head every time. If I try to be Space, for example, or I try to live my life vicariously through somebody else, you know, I'm always gonna mess up and fall short of that mark. You feel me? So that's just Rich Reallionaire, just being, man, 100% dialed in, man, to yourself and just being rich in it, man. Be a rich millionaire. Everybody's a rich millionaire, man. You can always, you're rich in being yourself. You know, you feel me? Every day.
You could always be the best you.
Always, man.
You ain't gonna be.
Listen, I could try to be Space, and I might even get 80% there, but I can be 100% Jarrell every day.
For sure.
That's.
And Space changes all the time. So how can you even? How could you ever be
there
the
you
best
go.
other person?
And then how could I be anybody else when I'm only seeing you through the cosm of an hour? If I only see you an hour every other day, what I'm seeing you for about what, 3-4 hours a week? How can I really capture who you are in an hour, 60 minutes? But I'm with myself 365 days, 366 on a leap year, 24 hours every day. I've been with myself every day. So, you know, I think that's what, you know, that's all just being a rich millionaire, being rich, just being yourself.
All right, so let's dig into the label. Who's all on the label right now? What's the roster looking like?
Oh, man, roster, man, we tough, man. You know, we got my guy All Pro Go. You know, we got Cameron Chanel. You know, we got my guy Melinda's son. You feel me? We got Doc Holla, my Snap Gotti. You feel me? We got Hunter's Castro, and you feel me? We got my boy Hot Boy Vaughn. Yeah, that's our wild card.
Okay. Are you still actively seeking new talent, or y'all locked in with the roster and y'all? I
mean, man, listen. For one thing, man, you know, it's open, man. We open to work with anybody, so I don't even want to make it seem as if we shutting off our doors to anybody, man. You know, we trying to build a gap in this city, man. Build a bridge. You know, we trying to work with everybody who's trying to work, man, for real. You feel me? We on some no limit shit, man. We really building a real live machine to kick this door down in this Northwest, man, and really be recognized for the great wealth of talent we got up here. So we open to work with anybody, man. You know, but you know, in the same sense, I am dialed in and locked in with all my artists, man. You feel me? Man, we going to the end of the earth, bro. You feel me? So yeah, we trying to go to space. We on some Elon Musk shit.
So all right. So how did like, you know what I'm saying? How do you choose your artists?
I mean, well, you know how this all came about is it's interesting. You feel me? You know, I wasn't like music wasn't something I was looking to get into. You know, so the artists that I got right now, man, it's kind of like I know these guys just from every day, from being around the city. You feel me? I grew up around here, and so, man, if you know, you know. You feel me? It's like these from around the way. I've been seeing this collection of talent pool we got. You know, basically, you know, our whole lives they've been around here. I've been knowing these guys, some of these guys, you know, my whole lives. You feel me? And if I didn't know them my whole lives, I've been knowing of them. You feel me? So just being from around the way and being the guy that I am around the way, man, once I decided to take it on, and, you know, people heard that I was in it. You know, I have a reputation for whatever I do serious. So, you know, it's kind of like, hey, bro, you messing with it, you know, we're going to tap in.
You got from your second brother.
Most definitely. Like I said, you see how it all ties in, you feel me?
Yeah, come on.
Well, you know, when I'm involved, they know I'm all the way involved.
Yeah, dope. If you could add any facet of your team, I mean, like what would it be? What y'all looking for with Rich Reallionaire right now? That if somebody watch this, they could say, "Ooh, I'm gonna hit his DM, I'm gonna hit his email, and I'm gonna try to be a part of the squad."
For sure. I mean, man, we're a plethora of things. But what we're looking for, man, is really, man, people that help us build up, like, you know, the business
you can talk
side.
The character too.
Yeah, no, you know, but a business orientated, really, that understands the business of music. You know, like we have dope artists, man, and you know, my artists, you know, some of them been in the music industry for a little minute now, so they know a little bit of the nuances and things of that nature. But man, we're looking for individuals, man, that come in here that's focused on diving all the way in, man. Like if you coming over here, man, let's work, and I mean let's really work. let this be. If you're trying to blow, if you're trying to come over, you're trying to be a producer, come to Rich Reallionaire and be the best producer. You trying to, man, listen, compete with the Titans. Because we trying to put ourselves we're putting ourselves on the stage, man, and go compete with the Titans, man, because we already Titans. We just don't put the world on notice. You know, so coming over here, man, we looking for business savvy people, tech savvy people, music savvy people, man, and that's open to be working in a team orientated environment. You feel me? We want team players. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no I in team, right? There's an I in win, but there ain't no I in team, man. You feel me? So we don't really want the, I'm gonna do it my way. You gotta be like water over here. You feel me? And if you willing to do that, man, you willing to put it together, and you willing to, allow me, you can step on my back. As long as when you step up there, you put your hand down and pull me up, and you do that for the team, man. We all with that, man. You feel me? And so that's how that's our mentality around here, man. We playing team ball around here.
Do you expect all your artists to be stars? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, absolutely. Man, wait, absolutely. Because then you got to take star in the context. Yeah. You feel me? Because what you define as a star ain't gonna be what he defines as a star. You know what I define. So at the end of the day, everybody's already stars in your own. You feel me? We're all, being human, having this conversation. We're both with 1 in 400 trillion chance to be here. So we already stars. We're born stars. Nature, nature showed that you're special just for being born. So we all stars. All my guys, even the guys behind the scenes. My other managers. Sosa, D Black, stars. All my artists, stars in their own right. So yeah, most definitely, all my guys are gonna be stars. And our lady, stars, most definitely.
Yeah, dope. Do you feel the region has what it takes to build a fruitful community, or of like successful artists, or do you think that there has to like you got to get on somewhere else, you know what I'm saying?
I don't believe that route, man. I've been successful. Me and my partner's been successful right here in Seattle. You feel me? And under extreme odds, man. You feel me? So if I could be successful making the conversion from the streets to the boardroom and be able to say that, I'm gonna go and thrust myself in this field, man, that I know my skills, I got the skills to be in this field, but I so much don't have the knowledge, but I can trust in my skills to take me through. And most definitely, man, we truly believe we can blow up here. We got everything it takes up here. This is Seattle. It's the evergreen state, man. This is the land of Microsoft, Boeing, Amazon, you feel me, all that. And although, those aren't linked to synonymously black people, you feel me, but I grew up watching that. I grew up watching, things marvel from my region, you feel me? Like I say, I grew up in a neighborhood of seeing guys really make it happen. So I really know it can happen, you feel me? I'm not under that belief that I need to go somewhere else and get on. Do I need resources from other places? Of course, we all do. Most definitely, I'm open to have resources, everything, but we're gonna make a crack for our region. We got everything it has to blow from right here. We just getting on one accord. That's the hardest thing. It's not even the hardest thing, it's just the most challenging thing. We just getting on one accord, man, and having a concentrated, calculated push.
Do y'all plan on doing a compilation project?
Oh yeah, we in the works right now,
Because a lot of us, that see what y'all build, what y'all building, where y'all going. We really want to hear how your artists sound and how they merge together on records. Mm-hmm. But also, just to know their personalities without having to go and check out each individual project, because some of us, we want to know who we connect with off the gate.
No, for sure. We got something in the works right now, man. We about to drop a dope visual, man, for a song, man. It's untitled. I don't want to, it's untitled right now, but it's already laid down. But it got all the artists on the label, back to back, giving you that good flavor. Dope. You feel me? Giving you that good gas, and you can take your pick. You feel me? Select your fighter. You feel me? But yeah, most definitely. We got a compilation in the works, man. We got a ton of work just in the vault, man. So we cooking up. And, like I say, man, it's Rich Reallionaire, man, back records. We're just keeping it strictly, man, strategic. We're not. Go ahead. No, we're not in a rush, man, to put out something, and we ain't dragging our feet neither. We just making sure that what we do, man, we do it in a rich way, man. We doing it in a real good. Everything's good. Not only the talent's lined up, but the business behind it's lined up as well.
So I got a question. With Rich Reallionaire, is it? Are you only managing artists, or do you manage other things too?
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, do you
Content.
manage like videographers, photographers, other people that?
Yeah, most definitely. Like I say, it's not just for artists. Rich Reallionaire, like I say, it's the brand. Like we broke down what Rich Reallionaire is, you know. So we're open, man. The goal, you know, here going forward, we're gonna have videographers, man, producers, you know what I'm saying? Everything in the facet of the business of music, man. We're gonna be able to manage, man. You know, just help getting that push. You know, help like really doing that real life no limit Master P thing, organic in-house, man, having a conglomerate. And it ain't got to be from people from around my neighborhood or just specifically from Seattle. You know, you could be from Federal Way, Tacoma, Kent, Wenatchee, Cedro, Woolley. I mean, wherever. You feel me? Portland. You feel me? Where the whole Northwest. We like I say, you know, we just. Of course, we're going to start from where we're from. You know, I'm from right here, Seattle. We're all from right here. So, of course, it's going to start here. But this because we start, it's nowhere near where we're going to finish, man.
All the big Amazon, Google,
listen,
Microsoft, they all started in their garage. Why can't we start right in our backyard?
You feel me? You see what I'm saying?
I feel
And we come, like I say, man, we taking that, I'm telling you, we taking that Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, you know, Elon Musk thing, man. Like, yeah, you never heard of it before then. But now it's just synonymous. You know it. You feel me? You know it. And there was people, you know, that's one thing about being a visionary, man. You know, I'm able to see with my mind what people can't see with their eyes. You feel me? I can see it with my mind. And me and my business partners firmly believe that, man. We got something great cooking up.
What would you say when it comes to Rich Reallionaire? We almost done. We second to last question. How would you say that? Like, what is your personality when it comes to Rich Reallionaire? Like, how do the people that you manage, how do they see you? Like, what do they expect? What are you giving them that they can come to expect every time they come in contact one-on-one with you?
You come one-on-one first, man. You know, I'm always with the adding value. You feel me? You come to me, man, I'm looking to add value to you personally. So if I add value to you personally, if I can be of service to you, then you most definitely can be a service to me because I'm adding value. I'm giving you freely. You feel me? And it's reciprocated. So when my people come to me, they know, man, I'm gonna dig in. What I say I'm gonna do. If I say I'm connect the dots, man, you can trust that I'm gonna connect the dots. You know what you see, what you need from me, man. I'm not gonna hold back on that one thing. So my guys know they come to me, man. I'm gonna get it done, whatever I need to be. You know, if I need to be your hype man today, well, I'm gonna be the best damn hype man there is. You feel me? If I need to be the guy that makes sure all the studio time's booked up and you like it, man, I'm gonna be all that. I'm gonna be whatever it needs to make sure that this brand and this team and my artists, man, are in the best positions to succeed and be the best versions of themselves.
Okay. So if an artist gets say one or few or all of them get a look, right? Mm-hmm. And they get an opportunity and they feel like, you know, the label wants me to seek other management. Like what's gonna come with that? Like, what's your mentality towards that? Are you gonna be willing to allow them to go and deal with other people, or you know what I'm saying, with contracts and stuff like that?
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying, but like, or are you looking for people that's just gonna stick with you or that want to be with you through and through the whole time?
I mean, first and foremost, I'm looking for people who want to be down. You know, you got to stay down to come up. But at the same time, man, you know, it's about adding value. So if they feel that, you know, if I take them there and they feel that's the most I can get them, they can find something elsewhere, man, I'm all with that. If that's what's best for them, you know, I'm not here to hold nobody back. I'm here to get them. I've done my job. If I got them and dropped them off to the cusp of stardom or to stardom itself, and they feel they want to go a different direction, man, that's part of being Rich Reallionaire. That's their decision. That's good. They always gonna be Rich Reallionaire, man. You know, I did my job just to serve and add value to get them where they wanted to be. So, you know, that's what it is, you know, but most definitely I'm looking for people to stay down. But that's just because somebody moves on doesn't mean, you know, our pact is bigger than business. You feel me? You know, it's come over here. It's bigger than just, you know, that. I'm not going to look at anybody wanting to grow and wanting to maturate in a different direction. Who am I to tell them? You know, who am I to tell them that, no, don't do that, stay here. I don't want to be the reason of nobody's stagnation, man. I want to be the reason for people's growth.
So if anybody want to contact you, they want to get a hold of Real, they want to see if they can be down, or if they just want to just peep what you got going on, how do they contact you?
Man, follow me on Instagram at Rich Reallionaire, man. Hit me in the DM. Let's tap in. You feel me? I'm an open book. You know, I'm an open book. Email richreallionaire at gmail. You know, Jarrell at richreallionaire.com. Whatever you like. You can reach out, man, and let's put it together. You know, I'm open to work with any and everybody, man. You know, let's put it together, man. If you're willing to bring value, I'm willing to bring value. Let's make our value valuable.
Any last thoughts or anything you want to say?
I mean, hey, stay tuned. You know, we got some good things in the works, man. Make sure you tap in with my business partners, man, my brothers, man. You know, Black Bag Codes and Bag Records. You know, my guy Sosa. You know, members only. You know, sworn to secrecy. You know, my guy, my Snap guy, they got the Finesse Fast. You know, tapping with the Olive Oil. You know, with my cousin Cedric, man, Scoop. You know, man, listen here, man. We got things cooking up in the city, man. So stay tuned, man. And like I say, man, we on the cusp of greatness, man. You know, it's right there.
For sure.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate your time, baby.
Man, I appreciate you, my guy. Come on, man. You already know. Always a pleasure.
Please put your devices on airplane mode.